BMNation.com.
Everybody, welcome to Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet, sponsored by Central New Hampshire Events, centralnhevents.com. If you need a DJ for your event, be sure to go to centralnhevents.com. Check out what Tim does, Mr. Tim Martin. He does a fabulous job. If you need a DJ for your event or shindig. And sitting here at The Planet with the guys from Granite Planet. How are you guys?
Good.
Very good. Thank you.
And why don't you introduce yourselves? Tell me what you do in the band and who you are and all that good stuff.
I'm Steve Chasen. I play guitar, both acoustic and electric, do a little keyboard, and do lead vocals.
I'm Doug Wheaton. I play lead guitar and do some vocals.
Okay.
I'm Gideon Butler. I play the bass and do some vocals also.
Gideon, you have a distinctive accent.
Well, to paraphrase an old joke, British bass players are wonderful, and every band should have one.
You are the second British person that we've had on the show.
Oh, right.
Yes. Another band, which I won't say who it was because they've since broken up, so why bother? But we've had another bloke with a British accent here on the show.
So it's a great honor. Thank you.
So you're only the second one. Where are you guys from?
Well, I live in Manchester.
I'm in Hampton.
I'm in Portsmouth on the seacoast.
All right, very good. Well, you brought actually got a couple discs here that you brought, or are these the same?
Yeah, they're the same. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So Slow Burn is the disc, and was there 8 tracks on this? So what do you guys want to play to start the show?
I would say start off with Endless Train. That's
okay.
Probably one of our better songs. We play it live quite frequently.
Okay.
Bring it in rotation, out of rotation, but we really love the song.
All right, great. So let's check it out, and then we'll come back and we'll chat for a bit. So this is Endless Train from Granite Planet here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
cross the bear, headed home on a westbound train. Nothing to lose, even less to gain. The game and mine to win. And Lord, ain't that sin? We try to break the ice of our frozen dream. The more that I think, the worse it stays.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. I am Matt from IPMNation.com, sitting here with the guys from Granite Planet. And is it just the three of you? Or
No, there are actually 5 members to the band. We've got Diana Smith, who does many vocals as well as playing guitar and percussion. And then we've got Paul Wheeler. He's our drummer.
Okay. And where are they both tonight?
They were busy.
They were busy.
Because kind of a tradition.
Very busy life.
Kind of a tradition on the show. We pick on whoever doesn't show up, you know. It's like,
We do that too.
We do.
yeah. That's good. Diana Smith, that's a familiar name, actually. Does she do some solo stuff too, or what?
No, but she's actually capable to do that. She's got a beautiful voice.
Does she? Yeah. Then again, I probably just think it's a familiar name because Diana Smith is probably a very common name. Now that I'm thinking, that occurred to me like right after I said that. That's a familiar name. I've probably known someone named Diana Smith. So now, what kind of music do you do? I mean, everyone hates this question, but how do you describe your original music?
It's dance, classic rock. I mean,
Yeah.
we like things that are up tempo. Much of it is stuff that gets people up and moving. That's really what makes us happy, especially when we play out. But we kind of draw from our roots and what our favorite music was growing up. Especially Doug and I, we write much of the music that we play.
Yeah, I'd say our original is probably, I mean, pigeonholes are kind of difficult, but maybe Americana. You know, it's kind of about, you know, life experiences, and you know, it's we try to be as melodic as possible, but you know, keep somewhat of a heavy edge to it. You know, make sure it's always rooted in rock and roll. Even if we veer towards country or Americana or whatever, it's always rooted in, you know, 2 guitars, bass, and drums. Is pretty much what we, you know, the formula we stick with.
Well, one of the songs that Doug wrote is called "Dem Blues," and it very much has a blues sound, doesn't it?
Really? Yeah.
But grungy.
Yeah.
Really grungy.
Do you all write together?
Well, I started writing independently, but Doug has really taken the lead, and we've recorded mostly what he's done to date.
Yeah, I'd say kind of the process is, you know, I have more music than lyrics. Writing lyrics really hard. Once I get an idea, I can really flow through, and you know, once I have that idea, I pretty much rip right through a song. But for every set of lyrics I probably have 10 scratch tracks of music that I don't have any lyrics for, and then I take it to the band and we kind of work it out, and then I let the guys and you know, kind of fill their own parts in. Steve's helped out a lot with the melodies and stuff, kind of suggesting melodies, maybe, you know, lyric tweaks and things like that. You know, maybe change a chord up or something like. But so it's really a collaborative process. You know, I don't tell them, this is how you're going to play the bass part. This is how the drums are going to go.
Right.
You know, I'm not one of, you know, I don't think a band should be like that. It really should function as a democracy, and everybody kind of pull together and come up with something, and that works pretty well for us.
Yeah. Now, have you all played in other bands before this? Or?
For me, this is my first.
Really?
I didn't play till I was in my 40s, and so this was my first opportunity. We were actually originally Rattlesnake Shake. That was the band name. Before Granite Planet became the Vogue, we found that name was somewhat limiting when we tried to get out and get some opportunities.
Yeah.
But this was my first go-round.
Oh, my first band, I think garage band was when I was 13.
Really?
I was actually a drummer, and then the guitarist made the mistake of leaving his Strat and his Fender amp at the house, so I picked up guitar and started playing.
Yeah.
And then I replaced him, and that's kind of there. So I've been playing since I could barely walk.
Really? Yeah. What about you, Gideon?
Well, London in the 1970s was a great place for a young person to make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But since between then and Rattlesnake Shake becoming Granite Planet, there really wasn't anything. So
really,
yeah.
Now, how long has Granite Planet been?
Oh, we were just talking about that. We were going back. We originally started playing together in 2003. When I first picked up an instrument, we decided to just get together and jam. I invited some friends together and did that 1 year and said, this is fun. Let's do this again. We did it another year, 2004. And then coming out of that one, we said, well, let's do this all year long. And so that was the birth of Rattlesnake Shake. And so Gideon and I and Diana and Paul were the formative members of the group. We had a lead guitarist who moved on a couple of years later, and that's when Doug joined in the band. So we've been playing together about 9 years or so.
Oh, very good. So that's a long run. So how much original material do you have at this point? How many tunes have you guys written?
Boy, we probably have close to 20.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yes, it's probably close to 20 songs.
20, yeah. That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play a full set of originals then if you want to.
Yeah, we've
easily.
done that.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah, very
and we
good.
tend to rotate them in and rotate them out, tweak them a little bit. I mean, one of our things is we never really play a song, an original, the same way twice.
Yeah.
Which is probably my fault more than anything else. I like to improvise a little bit, so
Yeah.
I might take an extra long break or kind of change up the format of a song a little bit, but that keeps it fresh. So.
Yeah, that way you don't get bored with it. I can totally understand that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, why don't we play another track? And I referred to this earlier as Slow Burn, but is it actually? I'm looking at it and I see Modern Paranoia on it too.
Yeah, the name of the CD is Modern Paranoia Slow Burn.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like
okay.
a dual name.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Is this the first thing you guys have recorded together, or do you have? Other...
Yeah, that's it. Those are our eight songs that we've done that we had done at Seacoast Media Group. We did that. We recorded that about 3 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago, and we've talked about going back into the studio again. We certainly have enough material.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding the time to do it. Recording is very different than playing live or rehearsing. It's a strange process.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
It requires patience, and we just like playing.
Right.
It's hard to sit back and watch everybody else play one at a time. But
Can be a challenge that way. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Absolutely. Well, what do you guys want to play? We'll play another track.
I'd say we do Broken Glass.
Okay.
Steve takes the lead vocals on that, and he had a strong influence. And Gideon does some incredible bass stuff, and Paul does some really creative drum work on that. It's kind of a fun song.
Okay, so this is Broken Glass from Granite Planet here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with the guys from Granite Planet. We have Steve, Doug, and Gideon. Did I get everyone's names right?
Yep.
Right,
Yes.
awesome. I'm bad with names. But there's only 3 of you.
Tonight.
Had all 5 of you been
Yeah.
here, but the other 2 had something better to do, I guess. But
We'll take them aside later.
As long as you don't call me Diana, I won't be.
Right,
or
right.
Olivia.
Olivia, yeah. So now you guys play. How often do you guys play out? What's your live schedule like?
Generally about a couple times a month is the
Yeah.
average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you do some shows where you do covers, right? And then you try to mix in some of the originals. Is that kind of how they?
Yeah. We do covers from anywhere from the 1960s up to some modern stuff. We do Black Keys, B-52s, Pink Floyd, all kinds of stuff. And we try to we do covers in our own way and really kind of make them our own, so people recognize them, but then also it kind of keeps them fresh.
Yeah,
and then we'll mix the originals in too.
We get a lot of energy when we play out. One of our goals is to play music that's familiar to people, but either they're surprised that we're playing a particular song, or the way that we're presenting it. Just as a quick example, everybody knows Johnny Cash, "Ring of Fire."
Yeah.
So when we play that, we're capturing the older audience for sure. But we prefer to play something closer to the Social Distortion version of the song, which is much more up-tempo, high energy.
Right.
And again, so we're satisfying the taste of 2 different people listening in for the music that we're playing. So that's our goal, to keep people guessing. We were out the other night. What was the song we were playing? Was it "Look Sharp"?
Oh, yeah, "Look Sharp" by Joe Jackson.
And we hear people commenting. Wow, I never hear that out. It's just not. That's what our goal is. Again, good music, quality stuff, but not necessarily what you'd expect.
Yeah, we tend to play it faster, louder, and grungier.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's kind of the approach we take.
Mm-hmm. And then when you mix in the originals, when you're in that setting where it's more of a cover-oriented setting, I mean, how do you pick what originals are? Do you try to pick things that you think will fit? I mean, are there certain songs that fit better in that type of situation than others, or do you not worry about it? Do you just play whatever you feel like playing?
It's generally in the middle of a set. We'll throw in a couple of originals. Generally speaking, people aren't there to dance to our originals. They're there to listen to them. Yeah. So especially when we're having an opportunity to play out, we want the bartender to have a chance to treat the patrons. Right. So when our originals come up, that's generally when they'll get a chance to take a break, go get a drink at the bar, and then be energized for the next high energy dance song we're doing.
Yeah. Do you prefer doing the shows where it's obviously it's less lucrative to play original music, but I mean, do you find it more satisfying to go out when you have an opportunity to play a show where you're just doing originals?
Yeah. I would say that was probably, we've done a couple shows where we've done mostly original or all originals, and that's really kind of validation as an artist. I mean, you get some satisfaction playing covers, but it's it is what it is. But when you do your own stuff and you get a response and people cheer for what you're doing, it's pretty satisfying.
It's much easier too. I mean, when we're doing the covers, certainly we're comfortable doing them, but there is an expectation that the audience often has of what we're performing. Whereas when we're doing our originals, it's stuff that we've created, and so the comfort level is very laid back, and it's a much easier evening of when we're just playing our music.
Yeah, we played the Hampton Shell this summer on Labor Day weekend.
Oh, very nice.
And there's probably, 500-600 people there. Yeah. And getting feedback on our own originals and playing them in front of that, friends and neighbors and just tourists or whoever was there, that was incredible. It was like, it was probably one of the highlights of our career. Yeah. It was really satisfying.
I think I saw some people stop eating their fried dough to listen to some of the lyrics too.
That's really cool.
As long as they didn't start throwing the fried dough, we were in good shape.
Right. And I want to ask the three of you too about influences. What kind of music you listen to, and what influences you?
That's one of the neat things about the band. When I first started, I was in a country phase.
Really?
Yeah. I definitely had a lot of influence with Garth Brooks, and that was about the time that he was at his peak. And so I was listening to a lot of country. But then, we add in all these other influences. Doug and Gid can go into that. But that's what's fun about us. When we're out playing, you'll hear something with a country feel to it, but then we'll have something more metal or something with a British pop beat, and it's quite a mix. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say, for me, in terms of my guitar influence is definitely Keith Richards, Chuck Berry, George Harrison, and then but I also spent a lot of time growing up listening to the Grateful Dead, too. So just in terms of, that's where the improvisational part of music is where I got that from. Yeah, but I don't really limit. I listen to everything. Yeah, that's good. Allman Brothers. Yeah. I'm always on deep tracks on Sirius XM because you get stuff. Rory Gallagher, all kinds of stuff.
Sure, absolutely. What about you, Gideon?
Well, a huge favourite of mine from many, many years back, right up to now, is it's a British band called the Stranglers. Okay. And they as the name kind of suggests, they're sort of fairly hard, pacey and hard edged. I mean, I like kind of Red Hot Chili Peppers as well, and a lot of other things. But what we've been able to do with some of the stuff that we've done is, like, for instance, playing Nancy Sinatra's These Boots Are Made for Walking, but playing them more like, the Stranglers or the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And that's something that people enjoy. They hear something very familiar, but they hear it in a way that's completely different.
Yeah. Recognize the lyrics, not the song.
Did you mention that you sing the vocals on that song too?
Yeah. So, somebody once described it as saying it's like hearing Sid Vicious singing Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah. But we like doing that too. We like shocking people. I mean, just like kind of like knocking them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely. That can be quite rewarding. No doubt. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? And it's Modern Paranoia, Slow Burn. And what do you guys want to play?
I got a neat little rock and roll nugget on there. One-Eyed Jack. Okay. Actually wrote it after sitting at a poker table in Foxwoods, and I spent more time watching people. I lost a lot of money because I was watching people, and it's just kind of an observation on the gambling world.
So was there actually someone there named One-Eyed Jack?
No, it was actually a woman who was a gold digger sitting at the table.
Oh, really?
I was watching her work the guys over at the table and just really enjoying her watch. And she had chips. I mean, she was a very good-looking woman, and she just had guys were just giving her chips and $100 chips and $50 chips, and she was a pro. She was good.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, very good. So this is One-Eyed Jack from Granite Planet here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
She got one-eyed jacks and suicide kings, wears gold to match with
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here with the guys from we have Steve, Doug, and Gideon from Granite Planet. And what do you guys have coming up? Do you have any shows coming up this winter, or are you... And some people don't play out much this time of year because
no, we actually had a pretty busy schedule. We're playing this Friday night at the Sanford, Maine American Legion. It's at 6 o'clock. That's in Sanford, Maine, right on Route 9 in downtown Sanford, Maine.
Yeah, this is probably one of this coming Friday.
Yeah, this coming Friday.
So this won't have aired yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then let's see, we have
or it will have already. No, I'm sorry. No, it won't have aired yet. So. And
then Wednesday, February 13th, we'll be at the Daniel Street Tavern in Portsmouth. Looking forward to that. That's a rowdy place. So we're really looking forward to letting loose and giving it to the crowd. And then March 8th, we'll be back at the Sanford American Legion on March 8th, 6 o'clock again.
Okay, in Sanford, Maine?
Sanford, Maine, yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite place to play?
What about the Seashell?
we like the Hampton Shell.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So
we're hoping to be back there this summer.
Yeah.
We start booking again for the summer pretty soon. We play, private parties. We enjoy playing block parties and things like that. But the Legion Halls and the VFWs are a lot of fun. The crowd's really appreciative. They're very supportive. People are there to have a good time. We really like playing places like that.
Yeah, excellent. And where do we get the CD? Do you sell the CD at the shows? Is it available online?
It was available online. It just pulled it off of iTunes, but people can get in touch with me. Facebook under Granite Planet.
Okay.
Just search Granite Planet, and just post something, and I'll send it out to someone if they're looking for it.
Excellent. Now, is that the best place to keep up with what you guys are doing, or on Facebook, or do you have a dedicated website? Or
we do have a website. It's graniteplanetband.com.
Oh, that's easy. Okay. Yep. All right. Very good.
So either place has sample tunes, plenty of stuff.
Yeah. So. Excellent. Well, guys, thanks very much, and we'll play one more track in a moment. Want to remind everybody that if you like what you heard tonight, all the shows are archived, all the Local Outbreak episodes, except episode 1. That one's lost somewhere, but doesn't matter. But everything else, go to IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak, where you can stream the shows, download them, keep them forever and ever. And of course, don't forget the show is sponsored by Central New Hampshire Events. Go to centralNHEvents.com if you need a DJ for your event, or a shindig, which is the operative term on the show. Go to centralNHEvents.com. Check out Mr. Tim Martin. He does a phenomenal job. And guys, what do you want to play to wrap up the show?
24 Hours. It's a Hot Tuna influence song, kind of bluesy.
Okay.
1/4/5 blues. Steve kicks it on acoustic guitar. Gid does some great bass stuff on it, and it's one of the few songs I'm allowed to sing vocals on. And so it's all right. But it's a fun song. It's not a real life, kind of a real life experience, but
yeah. All right. Well, very good. So, guys, thanks very much. This has been a lot of fun.
We appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Thank you. And this is 24 Hours from Granite Planet here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's hosted and engineered by Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com. It's edited and produced by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For details about the Planet's local outbreak, log on to WPNHFM.com for artist links, as well as the link for IPMNation.com/local outbreak, where you can check out previously aired episodes anytime and all the time of 100.1 The Planet's local outbreak. The Planet's local outbreak is brought to us by Labatt Blue. Good stuff awaits. Heat, Route 3 Weirs Beach, and CentralNHEvents.com. The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com is a product of 100.1 The Planet. Locally owned and independently operated with Northeast Communications here in central New Hampshire.
IPMNation.com.